Angie, dang. Dang, y'all is going hard tonight.
And that's why I don't like y'all.
Ooh, y'all is going hard tonight.
That's why I don't like y'all behinds.
So there she go.
I'm here.
She back in the building, y'all. She back.
Okay, so we ready or whatever.
All right, we ready because clearly we
don't want
to
to take
together.
too long. So I guess our sounds good. Again, thank everybody who is here. Let me see if this thing worked this time because it wasn't working before. So,
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Okay.
Oh, this weekend, Lord. I don't know what it is about like the middle of the year. Just
y'all give me
middle of the year.
There you go. We live on Twitter. We live on Facebook. We live on Twitch. We live on YouTube. We are live, honey, not just on IG Live. We are live across the world. That's what I had to do, honey, because I don't know what was going on. I was feeling some type of wave.
Oh my God.
No, ma'am. Let's get this thing right and tight.
Okay, Rob Lee say, hey, Angela got it back. All right, y'all. So we finna go ahead and get it started since finally we are up live everywhere. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, we good now. So if you want to see the front view and not the IG view, feel free to go to our YouTube page. Feel free to go to my Twitter right now.
Yep.
And you're able to see the front view, which is like side by side and not up and down, not top and bottom. Pause. So yeah. We are ready. So let's go ahead and get it started.
All right. We might as well introduce ourselves, honey, because
let's do this thing right. Because this is a podcast. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, podcasters, YouTubers, IGers, Facebookers, Twitterers, Twitchers.
Yes.
And
the world.
Twitterers. I said Twitterers.
You said Twitterers already.
And the world, wherever else you add or whatever. So hi, podcast family, because they are listening right now. Tomorrow, this podcast goes up tomorrow for all the podcast listeners. And this is episode 106. We are Brains and Beauty ×2.
I'm Shayla.
And I'm Miami. And tonight, PSA again, this is episode 106. Before we start the podcast, y'all know how I do this before I start anything. I want to give a shout out to my water that I'm drinking tonight.
Oh, Lord.
My sparkling water. Tonight I'm drinking Saratoga.
Well, I love the bottle.
You love the bottle?
The bottle is so cool.
I brought me new straws, which are...
Oh, is it metal?
You feel me?
Oh,
yes.
I like it.
So,
okay, is this flavored? Is this one flavored?
This is regular degular sparkling water.
Regular degular, y'all.
But it's so good. I got this in well, first Evie got me these. She went out of town this weekend. But my first time tasting this water was I went to Naples. And I went to a restaurant and I was like, what sparkling water do you have, in the vicinity. So they gave me this and I fell in love with this, but it was so hard to find. It's not hard. It's not easy to find. So, but shout out to Saratoga because where
you be finding these waters at?
Y'all know every week I started. And it's always so good. It's really good. This is like top. Like, this is top tier right here.
Would you say that's the most expensive one you bought? Because the packaging looks like it is.
No.
Mm-mm. Okay.
They kind of the same price, I think.
That one looks like
it's
you
more
wouldn't
expensive.
Just get regular water. You get Voss water. Like, that's like that.
Well, Voss not even real alkaline, honey.
I know, but still, like, when you
look
look at it.
The bottle, the presentation.
Yeah.
It's more expensive because you cannot just find it in any store. It's very exclusive, i.e., know. But anyway... My next PSA I want to say tonight is a HBCU, our FAMUing, my girl Desiree, and she has a Christian clothing brand, which is connected to Loving Plants, Jesus and Loving Plants. You know what I mean? So I have one of her shirts, one of her collections on it is called Worthy Honey.
Love it.
Well, this tea is Worthy. And you can find all of her teas right now. They're on sale. So you could get them I think they're $23, no shipping. or just 23 plus shipping or something like that, and I ordered my shirt, honey, she did not gift me this. I support.
Amen.
You feel me?
Support it.
So shout out to Desiree and her entire collection. I wanted this other shirt, but she had run out of the size. That's how fast they going. So make sure y'all go get y'all shirt.
Check it out.
And it is wearthegreatest.com. And again, it's about Jesus and plants. Baby,
you became a plant mommy and then just went crazy.
I know. You know, Steph made me a plant mommy. So shout out to Steph.
Okay.
So Jesus and plants, the worthy shirt, because he thought I was worthy enough. I
love it.
And she gave me some seeds with this. So
you can have
and it's a moringa plant.
That's cute.
So I'm ready to plant these and become an extra mommy. And so shout out to you, Desiree. Thank you, girl, for having something phenomenal.
For the family.
Yes, and shout out to all our famuans who are we are all creative, honey. So if y'all have a chance, if you love plants and you love Jesus, check her out, period.
Okay.
All right.
I love it. All right.
So we're going to go ahead and move on. So, love you, girl. I love what you are. Like, honestly, I love what she's doing, y'all. I'm always like sending her ideas. Like, girl, you know what I mean? Because I just love the Jesus and plants thing. So, next shout out to all the grads.
True talk. So let me find out y'all sponsors now.
Hey, listen. One, we gotta support our Black businesses.
We have to.
That's number one.
We have to,
and that's gonna be moving forward on this podcast. Number two, it's a FAMU, honey. Hello.
We gotta support.
I wore that hat, one of them with the last episode before last, and that was a FAMU creator.
Yep.
You know, I wear my tees all the time.
Yep.
FAMU creator. So, we just have, and it's not just about our FAMUs, because there's some dope other businesses too. But when I have an opportunity to, FAMUs, they getting rocked, baby. So, but anyway, shout out to all the grads who are graduating from little babies all the way up to people getting their doctorates and everything. One of our boos, Brandon, just got his doctorate. Another FAMU.
Terrell got his master's. Like, I'm so proud of our I'm so proud of us, period. But I'm super, super proud of our Black men out here doing it, not allowing stereotypes and none of that other foolishness to get in the way of their kingliness. Like, I just love it. Like, Black men, keep doing y'all thing. Fellas out here who are graduating with y'all masters and going beyond what they typically think that we're going to do.
Yeah.
Salute y'all, man, for real. Yeah. Salute y'all, ladies too. Now, don't forget, we love the ladies,
the babies.
We gotta give our fellas that extra shout out. That extra support. So
So shout out to all the fellas. Shout out to all the ladies. Shout out to all the grads. That's really all of my PSAs except for my Miami Heat. We are in the playoffs as I told y'all the whole season. I've been telling y'all since episode 90, 80 that we were going to the playoffs.
I already see what's about to happen.
We are in the playoffs. So what? We lost 2 games. I don't care. We play tomorrow.
I'm watching the comments.
We play tomorrow. Hello. We play tomorrow. And we play Saturday. So I think we're going to get this thing in game 6. And that's all I'm going to say. And I'm done with it. So shout out to my Miami Heat. I would have had my hat on tonight, but
look, I ain't ready for Black love. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing. Know it.
That's all I had to say. That's all my PSAs before we start our topics tonight. And you guys who don't know, we have topics. Before we get into our topics, we want you guys to comment below in your sections where you are watching, rather it be IG Live, rather it be YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Twitch Live. We get to see everybody's comment.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and dive into it.
That's what we're doing. So let's dive into this thing. Let's dive into
first topic tonight. Go ahead and start.
All right, y'all. So as we already know, like literally, we're starting to move out of the whole quarantine thing. We're starting to transition back into kind of normalcy, if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're saying basically people who are not wearing, like people who have gotten their vaccines or have gotten vaccinated don't have to wear masks, indoors at certain places. Obviously, in buses and hospitals and doctors' offices, you still have to do that. But you don't have to wear it anymore. So our question to y'all is, are y'all with that? Are y'all now starting to take off y'all masks? Doesn't kind of, if you don't have to wear it, are you wearing it still?
Baby, I'm masked up. I don't trust these people. I'm supposed to trust them and see that they took their shot or whatever. Like, no, we too early in the game. And I'm masked up. What's
Period.
good?
Okay, so do you see your mask coming off anytime soon, though? No.
I'm cool with the mask. I'm cool with me going to the store, wearing a little mask real quick, or going somewhere wearing a little mask real quick and taking it off. And I'm also cool right now, social distancing, taking my mask off.
Okay. Yeah. So are you going into, like, for example, this weekend is a big weekend for most people. Memorial Day weekend is when everybody out. So I don't think it's going to be any different this year just because, quarantine don't mean nothing. So what are you going to be out and about? Are you going to be in these streets or amongst people?
I mean, I don't mind being amongst the people in the streets, but I'm going to have that mask on. I may, take it down and breathe, because sometimes I ain't gonna lie, like, it's hard, like somebody just said about breathing, we shouldn't be breathing in what we're breathing out, right? On IG Live.
I agree with that.
And I get that, right? Agree with that. So at the same time, I still gotta go out and live and have a experience of this body in its human form. You know what I mean? So I still want to go out, but at the same time, I'm gonna protect myself, keep my mask on, enjoy my surroundings, and just have a great time. So for me, my house, and how we do this thing, this mask is staying on. I don't care what y'all got going on, and I think it's just too early for me right now to take off my mask.
I'm gonna have to agree.
And besides, I haven't got the vaccine yet.
I haven't even. I ain't gonna lie to you. We one of those, because I'm not doing it no time soon. Like, I'm just not. I don't trust it. I'm sorry that they haven't, to me, proven nothing to me, and I just feel like at this point, it's been way too many things that they've had to test forever for a certain period of time for me to trust that in less than a year you done got this right. Like, I'm gonna pass. So I'm gonna continue to wear my mask. When I go to work, I wear it when I'm in people's face. If I'm going to a restaurant, I still put it on. I'm still going to be doing that. I'm cool with the mask. I've actually gotten used to the mask, honestly.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it. The only thing I don't like the mask is in the gym. Like, I like when people are social distance away from me, and I take my mask off in the gym. But other than that, only thing I don't like is walking into the restaurant with the mask in. As soon as I sit down, I take the mask off. So it's like me walking. I don't like that. Doesn't make sense to me. But whatever the case is. But no, I'm not taking it off. That's my thing. Yeah. What is everybody else saying real quick on?
Let's see. We got Soldier Man. What's going on YouTube?
So we got YouTube. He said, it's been a month since I've fully vaccinated, but only wear masks on huge crowds, only in my own space. I won't wear them. And it's crazy because you're vaccinated and you still wear your mask in huge crowds, which that speaks volumes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would I take the vaccine if you still got to wear your mask? So I'm going to just wait it out.
I'm sorry, y'all. If you saw my face just now, I was reading the comments.
What we got?
Zylumer. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I do apologize if I'm not. I even wear my mask during sex. Ooh.
Do your thing. That's deep. I don't know nothing about that life, baby.
That's deep. I can't but think about it, though. Like, if you're not one input with one person, or if you don't know what other person got going on, that's crazy.
That's the whole pandemic. Y'all know I'm in HIV advocacy, right? So I do stuff behind closed, like behind and front for organizations. So that's one thing we're talking about, is getting ready for the new rates to come out from last year, which they can't really bring out all the rates, but people ain't been wearing condoms. So I know everybody ain't wearing no masks during the time, especially last year. Everybody wasn't wearing no masks.
Oh, you talking about that's a joke, ladies.
Oh, okay. Because y'all know I get deep. This is what I do. That's what I do outside of.
I'm sure there are people out there that are actually doing that, which, I ain't mad at you. If you feel like you got to do that, do that.
Do your thing.
Capital City Cam says somebody was fully vaccinated and still tested positive. Yeah, you've been hearing plenty of stories about that. So I'm good. Like, I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna wait till they happens.
I'm wait till they say, girl, you can't go nowhere until you get this vaccine.
Then I'm still gonna be like, look,
I'm gonna just be like, go ahead, child, because I
ain't going nowhere then.
No, ma'am.
Not for right now. I need like another year and a half to go by for me to trust, and let me see what happened to everybody who got the vaccine first before I start playing. I know you're not sticking me with nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Like Jason on YouTube just said, he said, and you guys, for everybody joining in, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitter. You can find us side by side on Twitter, on the Twitter view, on the YouTube view, on the Facebook view, on the Twitch view. And that's for our IG Live people. So he said the way the virus been evolving, you can't just trust in the vaccine. And I'm with that.
Yeah.
But they also just said after the 2 dosage is going to be another dosage that you're going to have to take anyway. in the next couple of months. So they're already increasing that, and it's going to be basically almost like a flu shot. And I never even got the flu shot.
Yeah, I'm a pass.
But moving on.
All right, boo.
Next topic for tonight. Y'all been seeing these proposals with these ladies proposing to these men, and this ain't nothing new. We done seen this before, but it's just getting out of hand. Before I even say out of hand, I just want to say what everybody has to think about women getting on their knees proposing to men. How do you guys feel about this, fellas? Because we have fellas with us too. And ladies, how do you feel about getting on your knees telling a man, I want to be with you forever?
Buying the ring. Getting on your knee. Probably in a dress.
Getting dressed up, trying to... I don't mind surprising my man for a dinner. I don't mind surprising my man, period, outside of just life. I love surprises. I think that is just a dope thing to do. But baby, Angela or Miami, whatever you want to call me, she's not getting on nobody's knees. She's not asking no man to marry her. She's gonna... A man who finds a good thing, baby, finds me. I am not trying to find him.
I love it. Hello. Amen and amen again, honey. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. These girls out here losing their mind. I don't know if it's the pandemic. I don't know what it is. It's something going through, but it's not happening. Like I'm just not understanding why all of a sudden are we getting so
impatient?
Yeah, and just so bold where we feel like we have to do that. Like, are we so afraid now that we feel like if we don't, we won't get a man?
Leave?
Yeah, like it has to be something because I feel like it's happening at like a rampant rate now. Like you're just hearing about it way too much.
I think there's a lot of... For those who joining in, by the way, a little quick break. I'm drinking some water tonight, which is sparkling. If you guys have any suggestions about sparkling water, put them in the suggestions box for me so I can go ahead and buy it and see if I like it or not. But for me, it has to be fear. It has to be women are on, and I understand it's a lot of us. I'm gonna get into the next topic about us being alpha females and us being, okay with gender roles being switched out in the home. I'm all for the gender roles not being stuck on one person in the household. Like I'm all for that, but some things just gotta stay how they supposed to stay. Do you feel me?
Do you feel it?
Ladies. Dang, the bottle don't match the shirt. What bottle don't match the shirt? This is sparkling water, people. And it's Saratoga sparkling. And this is a worthy shirt. And worthy means God saw I was fit and worthy enough to do what he has done for me in my life. Well, everybody else's life too. But the shirt says I'm worthy. And I'm worthy enough to wait for this man who's supposed to know that I'm for him. And I just feel like sometimes when we jump the gun too much with these guys, of course they're going to bite. They're going to take the fruit.
Yes.
So they're not really deciding to commit to you really because you're kind of forcing him. It's almost like having a baby hoping he stay.
But not even that. It's setting the stage for what's to come. It's setting the stage. I mean, just think about it. Normally, if you're doing that, most likely you are probably most likely an alpha male, because women who are not alpha males are not getting on their knee to do that. I highly doubt.
Alpha female.
Alpha female. I'm sorry. Okay. They're not going to do that. So I just feel like you're setting yourself up for him to expect certain things out of you that he doesn't have to do all the time, because you're taking a role that really, he should be choosing you, honey. It should not be the other way around.
Like my pastor just said this Sunday about castration. That is castrating a man to me. Like, I'm not going to be the one to tell you, you better commit to me and you have to marry me. Like, it's one thing to have the discussion with a man that you're dating and you guys are very serious and that, it's coming up in the future. You don't want to wait too long to get married. And you got to say, either we gonna do this, what we doing? That's one thing to have. It's one thing to have that conversation. But it's a whole nother thing when I have to go shop for a ring, surprise you, get the family, get on my knees, and you allow me to sit on my knees because these guys are allowing these women to be on their knees and ask them. They're not even saying, babe, get up.
Yeah, I ain't seen one.
One of them, they're like, you gonna have this woman stay on her knees, and one woman was pregnant. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Angela's not doing that. She would never, ever in her bow-legged life propose to a man. I'd rather be single to the end of my days, baby. God is with me, and I am worthy.
in your bow-legged life. God, look. I can't. Okay, no. No, seriously. I truly want to know, why is it that we feel that we have to do that? Like, I really feel like it's getting to a point where we feel like we're not going to be able to keep a man or keep our man if we don't take that step. Like, oh, you taking too long. So if he taking too long, baby, then you need to let him know what it is. And if he ain't moving fast enough, then hit the road.
Again, it's back to gender roles. I'm gonna get into the Dwayne Wade situation later on. I'm gonna get into Delicious show where she's talking about on the show about these gender roles and stuff like that. I understand. Yes, I want a man to also cook for me sometimes. I want a man to clean up the house sometimes. Maybe I'm not in the mood to. Why is it always got to be the woman to do it? You know what I mean? Like, a man should do it because, he wants to help his wife. He doesn't want her to be, if she has a rough day, he can step in and have that role as well, right?
Yes.
Same thing.
Be a partner.
Yes, be a partner, equal partner. Same thing when the roles are reversed. I would, I would want my man to listen to what God has given me for him. I want him to say, okay, we're going to do this, but how do you feel about this, babe? Like, you know what I mean? Like, ask me. Even though he is the man, yes, he is the head, and yes, God created him first. But once again, like I keep telling y'all over and over and over, he created us second for a reason. And baby, I'm going to be second when it comes to saying yes to the dress. You can't be sitting here saying yes to the suit. Like, who does that? So now you saying yes to the suit. See, now you want to be me too much. And I want to be you too much, on my knees.
Oh my God.
Let's not confuse. Let's not confuse a man finding a good thing and wanting to commit to her. I feel like when a woman does that, it takes away from him. It castrates him. It cuts his balls off.
I would agree. I personally agree with that. I don't know if fellas agree, but I agree with that.
It cuts your balls off. As if you can't make decisions about your future. So what's going to happen in the future? So she can't sit back and become wife, and she can't sit back and be wife and be soft and loving, like we have talked about before in this podcast, about us not always wanting to be rough and tough with our Afro puffs. You know what I mean? We want to be soft. We want to submit to our husbands too. And yes, a husband should submit to us too. But I'm not getting on my knees and begging nobody, please. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna read a comment. Jason on YouTube. What's up, Jason? Jason on YouTube said, "We're in a new era. Equality has to be across the board. It's not desperation, rather gender empowerment that is leading to the trend of women proposing to men." I'm still proposing to her though. He later said, "I'm still proposing to her though." I'm just saying.
Listen. I'm not judging any woman who wants to do what she does, because she's going to do whatever she wants to do. And I pray that their marriage, is longer than somebody's marriage who got proposed to the normal way. But I'm just saying, for me in my house, I just don't agree with that. Like, I'm not getting on my knees telling the man to please, baby, please marry me. Like, I'm not doing that. And I just feel like that's not my role. Now, that's one role I feel should not be mixed. We could mix a lot of other stuff going on, like in the households and within our marriage. At times when I'm weaker, you're stronger in this area, and when he's weak in certain areas, I'm strong in certain areas. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with reversing and switching out our roles when we have to. But I will not. Act like God has gifted me him to propose to him. Yes, God has gifted me him because I'm going to say yes to him if he's that man. I just don't, I'm not understanding, ladies. Like, I just want y'all to understand, like, you are worth the wait. Like, you are worth for him to figure it out, to say, I'm going to marry her. And I understand we have the power to make things happen for ourselves, but I just feel like a man should want to commit to you in that way. He should.
Amen.
Amen. That's all I got to say about us proposing, and I'm just not with it.
Soldier Man on YouTube. What's up, Soldier Man? I still don't understand that for a woman to propose to a man is not traditional. But yes, the Bible says a man that finds a wife, not the woman find a husband. means be
No.
patient with God's time. Don't rush.
Amen, Soldier Man on YouTube.
Straight up.
You
Straight
preach
up.
that right there in that comment section. Listen, that's all I'm saying.
Capital City Camp says we are in the role reversal era.
Listen, the role reversal era always happened. I seen my grandmother and my granddaddy do role reversals when I was 10 years old, 8 years old. I've seen it already. It's not nothing new. This new role reversal about somebody get on their knees and telling the man let's be together forever. That ain't it. Again, if that's what they want to do that. I'm not for that female empowerment. I can't vote for that. Like, I won't be voting for that. If it's on the ballot, just know I'm voting no.
No.
It's a no.
Absolutely not. It's a no.
It's a no for me.
Straight up.
It's a no for me. I just feel like I just want a man to say, you know what? This is the woman that I want to make sure I love on. This is the woman I want to lead. This is the woman that I want to be my wife and the queen of my side of me being a king. This is the woman I want to provide for. This is the woman I want to push into greatness to make our family and our legacy right. Like,
amen.
That's what his mind should be at, to say, I gotta get her off these streets and I'm gonna lock her down and this is mine. You know what I mean?
I got the papers on that. Period.
But I'm not doing that. I'm not saying, oh, this my king. I gotta grab him. I gotta get him to the altar. No, ma'am.
Yep.
I'm not begging no man if he don't see the worth.
Hence
worthy.
Hence the shirt.
With a heart to the side, baby. So I don't know. I just want our women to just understand and not be a little bit more patient. And not try to lock no man in with a proposal.
I don't know if Trill Talk TV on IG is being serious or not, but he says, so what happened to women empowerment being treated equal? Go get your husband.
Yes, you go get your husband. You go get your husband by saying yes to the dress. That's how we get our husband. We get our husband by signing that paperwork with him too. That's how we get the husband. We get that by, loving on him, and to the point where he feels like we can be his, that we can be his wife, that we are his equal partner. That's how we get the husband. We don't get the husband by getting on nobody's knees talking about, sir, can you be my husband in front of God? No, ma'am.
No, sir. Period. All right. CB Sweet says women dropping to a knee will make everything in that relationship out of order.
Ooh.
Out of order. Thank you, CB Sweets. Completely out of order. Like, not going. Look. That, to me, that sealed it for me right there. That one comment right there. Out of order. From here on out, your role, whatever you thought your role was, will be very different than what you think it is going to be, because you literally just basically took the reins of what that man is supposed to do. And filled his shoes, and now he's gonna be looking at you to do other things just like that. No, ma'am. You like it, I love it. That's what you want.
Yeah, if you like.
But I'm good.
I root every woman on who got the balls to do that, who feel like she don't want to conform to what, as we should be treated as. And if you want to go out there and be bold, baby, do it. But I'm just letting you know, for me in this house right here, we not on that. We not on that vibe. So next topic for tonight.
Y'all better get with the program. I'm so done. All right, next topic.
Everything that's for me is for me. I would never miss out. That man that's for me is for me.
Amen.
If he feel like I'm the one and God has called me to his life, baby, he's going to do what he has to do, because guess what? He has to do it right there and for the rest of our lives. And I'm going to be right there by his side, pushing him on, putting that gas in his car, getting us on to, you know what I mean? To life and legacy and things we're supposed to do as a couple. Like, girl, please move on, because I will repeat this like a broken record over and over and over. All
right. So I would say maybe a little while ago, TokyoVanity, and if y'all don't know who that was, she was the female rapper who came up with the song That's My Best Friend. And she's also on, was it Lovin'? Is it Lovin' Hip Hop? I believe, yeah, Lovin' Hip Hop, Atlanta, I believe it is. Okay. So basically, she made a statement on Instagram that says, Black men hold Black women to a lower standard, especially if they do not have certain features in her. Some of the features that she named were, light eyes, a certain skin complexion, certain
Okay.
hair color, all that kind of stuff. And she's basically saying that fellas are quick to call us difficult, meaning black women difficult, rather than trying to understand us. And we just want to know y'all thoughts on that. Do y'all, ladies, do y'all agree? And fellas, do y'all agree? Do you think that maybe that's just her experience, or do you think, in a general sense, that she could that she's right, that you all tend to feel that way?
Tend to feel what now?
So basically, feel that women they hold women to, like black women, to a lower standard, especially if they have certain features. If you're the dark skinned black girl, if you're the black girl who looks black and not mixed with something, and that typically, they hold us down to a lower standard than other women of color that have certain features.
Okay. So before I answer that, I'm gonna read what I Am Ready for Black Love on IG said. He said,
Okay.
when black men and black women are done pointing fingers at each other, we're still in the same place we were before. Let's move forward. So here's my thing on that, because you are a black male, right?
Mm-hmm.
They get to experience more cultures.
Okay.
And I think sometimes black men forget that we were brought up in the same culture as them. We were brought up in the same type of environment as them.
Mm-hmm.
We were brought up, we have the same history. So when you out here experiencing other cultures who don't grow up like we grow up, who didn't have the foundation like we had the foundation, I think sometimes they get us mixed and screwed as if something is better than us because they have not experienced what we have experienced as black women. But I think they keep forgetting sometimes, and not all men. Not all men. I'm just saying, I think sometimes black men forget if they have a sister, like a blood sister, like a year or two apart, or whatever their sister is, like real blood sister. I think they keep forgetting that how their sister grew up is how we grow up too. The same things that we experience, it offsets of who we are, which comes out sometimes to them in hopes that they can understand where we're coming from. And sometimes they don't understand where we're coming from. And I get it. Sometimes we are super strong. Sometimes we are extra, but that's a part of a black woman sometimes. And that's not an excuse, because it's not all black women either. You know what I mean? But if they could look at their mothers, they could look at their grandmothers, they could look at their aunts and look at their sisters, if they got to see a correlation somewhere between that the woman that they're trying to pursue has that same thing, and they're expecting us sometimes to be like other cultures. And we're not going to be like the other cultures, baby. Because your mama ain't like the other culture. Your sister ain't like the other culture of women. Your grandmother, your aunts, your godmothers are not the same culture as these other women that you are experiencing that are different from us. So I think maybe what she meant, I don't know. I didn't see the whatever, but what it sounds like, it's just like, we just want men, our black men, to kind of understand where we're coming from sometime, and not just automatically judge us off of maybe how we act, and again, comparing it to quickly of another culture.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's deep. It's deep from the way we look, the way we grew up, hating the way we look, you know what I mean? And it offsets in a lot of ways. And we have to fix that amongst ourselves. That's not an excuse either. We have to fix that amongst ourselves individually anyway. But again, the images that black men have been shown when they were little boys suggested the same thing that we suggested, that we were never enough, that we have to change this, we have to change that. And then now they want us to also change our makeup of our DNA of how we are. We already changed the hair. Right? We already changed. What else? We have to deal with the light skin, dark skin thing. We have to deal with the nose thing, right? Because other cultures are a little bit more slimmer than ours. You feel me? We had to deal with the lip thing. Come to find out, our lips and our nose is what makes us. So why is it that,
and what everybody else trying to get?
And the butt thing back then was a laughable thing, but today it's a big thing. So it's like, now it's more acceptable for us to have these other features that are black, but when it comes to who we are personality wise, that's an issue too. I mean, can we just be?
Again, not taking into account the experiences that we've had growing up, and how again those experiences make you. They shape who you become.
But if they don't want to see us worthy,
the word, Just in case y'all didn't understand,
The word of
the day is worthy. Okay.
If they don't, and our podcast family can't see this, but our podcast family, I have a worthy shirt on. If they don't want to see us fit, that's cool, because another race will. Shout out to Serena Williams and her husband. Shout out to Tika Sumter and her husband. Shout out to keep going, Eve and her husband. Because if our black men don't want to take us, and those women are as they are. You know what I mean? It's okay, baby. God will provide. But anyway, what's your part? Because I don't want to hold up.
No, I you already know. I 100% agree with you. I think that her point is valid. I think that what she was saying is an experience that I've experienced growing up. So it's not that I completely understand where she's coming from. Yeah. I just think that we want to be understood so much instead of being told we're naggy. We're all of these different words other than we think is strength because we've overcome certain things, certain experiences, certain things we had to go through in life. A lot of us,
things we've seen,
exactly
from our mothers.
And instead, it's like our own men are
saying nah.
Yeah, like nah, I don't really care what y'all talking about. Like
because the blank women don't do that.
Don't do that. Instead of understanding, well, they didn't have to go through what I went through. They didn't have to endure what me and you have had to endure. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand where she's coming from. Again, fellas, in no way are we saying this is all men. Because it's definitely not.
It's never all men.
It's
not
never
all women either.
But it's a nice little percentage of y'all. So I'm gonna say that she has a valid point, and I just think that that everyone should like really look at that when they are saying, describing their black sister, whether she's blood or not.
I mean, this is why we have black magic, right?
Yeah, straight up.
That's why there's black magic, because there's something about us that no other woman has.
Yep.
And they try to mimic what we have, and I mean interior-wise.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So when you guys are pointing at us, telling us that ain't the way to go, like even all of this right here, so you're gonna see it on
finger and neck roll, just in case for podcasters who could not see it.
And so we could cut it off and cut it on. It could be extra bolds, uppercase, lowercase. But what I'm trying to say is that magic that we have, that you guys have as well as our black men, is something about that they are mimicking too. You could go on TikTok and see it
straight up.
Okay,
you see it every day.
So if they accept it and they want to be like the black girls, why can our men see the same magic that they're seeing to imitate?
Hang on. That last statement, I have nothing else to say. Okay,
and that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Okay. Moving on.
So my next topic for tonight is there was this thing floating around yesterday, day before yesterday, with Erica Campbell, and it says men settle where they find peace and not beauty. Men settle where they find peace and not beauty. So the question tonight is that true or false? Or is that hint?
I think they search for the beauty first.
They said we're echoing. We're echoing? Don't say we're echoing. Are we? Don't start us. We doing so good. IG, because we don't have us hang up on y'all behalf.
All right, let's see.
I don't think it has nothing to do with that.
All right, are we still echoing, guys? Let us know.
So yeah, like I was saying, because the podcast people are listening, and we have other audience. YouTube is fine, Twitter is fine, Facebook is fine, Twitch is fine. It's just IGTV always messes up.
All right, well, we're gonna keep going. I don't see no comments on this, so
yeah. And if not, I'll just hang up and we'll just be on one. So yeah, true or false?
I think they look for beauty first, of course. But in the end, it's the peace that keeps them.
I have to agree.
Yeah, most certainly. Because who wants to be somewhere where it's always hell? Absolutely not. Nobody, not female nor male wants that. No, not queen or king wants to deal with that. Period. You want to be where peace is.
regardless.
So
I'm just trying to see, is beauty not the entry though?
absolutely. I mean,
I'm talking about from a female standpoint, looking at a male. Can we be peaceful? If my male is peaceful, but he got one tooth and one eye, and I mean the features is just a little off,
mm-hmm.
but he is my peace. I don't know, do men feel the same way? Because yes, I agree with this. Like you said, nobody deserves to be in a relationship, in a loving relationship, when there is hell on earth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What
Mm-hmm.
hell in whatever your household is. Absolutely agree. Has to be peace, and that's what keeps you there. But ain't it though? An entryway.
I think that we are more likely to overlook the beauty part of it, the physical part of it.
You think so?
Rather than male. I think males are a little more. It can't be all the way wrong. Now it can't be all the way wrong. I think ladies more so can, you can have a couple things wrong if you are taking care of other things that are equally as important to them.
Yeah.
But I think physical attributions are very important to men. Period. I just don't think that they'll let go of that easily.
Solomon says, "Stop, y'all not dating no ugly, peaceful man."
You know what?
Can a man date an ugly, peaceful woman? Well,
but would you not date a man who is just
what
may not be the most attractive thing walking,
but
is the bomb.com when it comes to how he takes care of you?
Of course, I will.
I mean, it's again. I think that a lot of times that people think that, and we've seen this even with celebrities. Beautiful women getting with men who ain't the most attractive thing in the world,
but men can't do it.
But the men do something for them elsewhere. That is equally as important. You don't really see that with men like that. You really don't. Like you can't be all the way jacked up on that side of it, but be a good woman at home that brings me peace. No. You got to have some other things going on in the physical attribute area. Women are more likely to overlook that, I think.
So it's true in your answer is true that yes, you want to be in a peaceful relationship.
Absolutely.
Right? And yes, it can outweigh the beauty part because you're going to get old and wrinkly and dry up, right? Okay. But at the same time, women are more acceptable to accept a man who is unattractive versus a man. Basically, that's what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because if that's the case, we could just walk around looking like Timbuktu.
Exactly.
From Nubu Nu.
Most women know that if you don't look a certain way, the likelihood of you getting picked up by a man or a man keeping you is highly unlikely. Fellas, you don't have to necessarily have it all the way together in the looks department, but if you are taking care of things everywhere else, most likely some woman is dealing with you. That's just what it is.
Yeah. But I agree. I think it is factual. They settle where peace is and whatever that peace is to them.
What's up, Mr. Shannon Williams? LOL, my wife and I saw something like that on the show Married at First Sight. Yeah. Oh, I did watch that show too. And yes, I did see something like that on there as well.
What else we got? Scroll up. I saw something else. Rob Lee 007. We as men are visual, so we appreciate the beauty, but also wants the peace too. I agree. You guys should have peace, and that's where you should go because you don't want to come home in hell. And again, we don't want to come home in hell either. Like I want to be where the peace resides. Like I just saw Sabrina put, I want to be where the peace resides.
Where the peace reside. Where the peace resides.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all do. I think we always settle where the peace resides. No woman wants to be in an abusive relationship, mentally, physically, verbally. Coming home and he just going off every day. Like nobody, no human,
fine or not,
fine, money.
That don't mean nothing when you unhappy, honey.
The thing is thangin'. None of that. I don't care what you got going on, baby. If it ain't peaceful, I'm not there either. I ain't settling either.
Oh my God.
I'm not bringing my pillow to that.
And on that note,
we're moving on.
We're gonna move on. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Wait. Yeah.
It's your
Okay.
turn.
I'm gonna let that go. Okay, I'm gonna let that
Just
go.
let it go.
All right. All right. So my question to y'all tonight is,
what is it?
Do you believe that when you are intimate with somebody, they should keep it real with you in the bedroom? All the way real. So if it ain't hitting, it ain't hitting. Do you think she should be able to tell you that? Or you think that there's a time and place, like when in the moment is not the time to tell you? Fellas, ladies, ladies, it don't matter, whoever answer, because maybe ladies think a little different.
Okay, say it one more time for the people in the back, including
Fellas,
me.
would you actually want a woman to tell you if you are not performing the way she would like? In that moment, or would you prefer for her to tell you a different way, not necessarily in that time? Or do you just not want to be told at all? Would you just
don't want her to tell you nothing?
Lie?
You want her to lie to you?
Because I don't honestly think that men truly think that women always think that what they got going on is thebomb.com all the time. So, but is that something that you want to hear regardless of whether it is or not? Like, is that an ego thing for you? Or are you someone who wants a woman that you're dealing with to tell you the truth? Can you handle the truth,
fellas?
Basically, is the question.
Can you handle the truth?
Yes. Can you handle the truth when it comes to the bedroom? Can you handle it?
That the thing ain't thangin'.
And ladies, can you handle the truth?
If the thing ain't thangin'.
Can you handle the truth if a man said, yeah,
that wasn't it for me?
That's not it. Could you handle it? And have you even ever had to deal with that situation before? I guess I'm going to take this one. I definitely think that, again, younger, I used to think absolutely not. I think that certain things you just don't really want to tell somebody. There's a time and place for everything, blah, 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 blah. But as I've gotten older, I feel like as an adult, you should be able to hear the truth. Mm-hmm. I think there's a way to present it.
Yeah.
I think there is normally a time and place, but I think if it's in that moment, there's a way to tell somebody that you're with that, look, this is not really working out for me. Mm-hmm. And let's try this, or, helping them in a different kind of way. I definitely think that truth is the best key. Like, okay, telling the truth. You should always tell the truth. Always tell the truth. Let them know, but just don't be nasty about it. And all men and all women, I think, don't take it well. Not all the time. Yeah. Those who are very stuck in their ego, I think, don't take it well. But if it's presented the right way, and it's you talk about it the right way, and it comes off more as a let's play a game or let's learn than here's all the ways that you're not doing this right. It can be a good thing, and it actually can be a good thing in the long run for any activities y'all got going on in the future. So that's just my personal opinion, but I'm always curious to whether that's something that's actually happening now, because I know back in the day, I know a lot of women who used to just lie and be like, girl, I ain't tell him that thing was all the way whack. Just boo the fool, honey. I would never again. But she didn't tell him that. And so why is it? So I'm just curious, are we out here telling the truth to the people that we are with?
So how do you present it in the right way? Let's just say that the thing is done, it's over and done. Mm-hmm. And it's a minute and a half later. Okay.
Okay.
And you have to present that to him. How do you say that, Shayla?
I wouldn't have waited a minute and a half later. It would have been presented in the moment.
The moment is a minute and a half later.
No. In the moment of whatever is happening that I am not understanding, feeling, liking, whatever, I'm going to address that right then. We're not going to wait till the end.
How do you package it? How do you package that out?
I just give an example, or I just change.
I like Sabrina.
Go ahead. What's Sabrina say?
CB Sweets on IG Live. She said, "Babe, I like it when
exactly.
Let's try
exactly. Switch to a position that you would want, or switch to an act that you would want. show what you want done, but make it sexy, make it all of those things that still entice him and doesn't come off as you trying to bad boy. No, that's not good. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. It doesn't come off like that. It comes off as you're just simply showing him how to have a good time with you.
Yeah.
That's all. You don't have to be nasty. You don't have to be, rude or nothing like that.
Yeah. I don't think it should be rude.
Jason, what's his face?
Jason on YouTube put the emoji up there. Like, yeah, because we really don't talk about stuff like this. Yeah, but we have sometimes you have to. So for all my girls and guys who's waiting to marriage, I think this is going to be a very important topic, because we have to explore each other in the midst of us figuring each other out. So he's talking about over a minute and a half later. It happens. And yeah. It happens. But for those who are waiting to marriage, like, that's something you have to keep in mind, because you're gonna have to tell and steer the other person, because you just start into you're locked in now. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to speak. You're going to have to get it together. That's why a lot of people are saying, a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to wait to marriage because I don't know if the thing could be whatever. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't matter if you wait to marriage or not. You're still going to have to steer and get that person on to stay in your lane. You know what I mean? Like,
and not even that. Not all things last forever, honey. At some point, you have to evolve, and things change. Like, what was popping at 18 ain't popping at 40. You want something else. You want something new. You want to spice it up, honey. So no, either way, whatever you got going on now doesn't mean that's how it will always be. Yeah. You still gonna have to coach, learn, show, all of that kind of stuff. You still gonna have to. But I think
it's important, like you guys been saying, you have to package it well. You don't want to tell somebody like, "Hey, that ain't." Hey.
Yeah, you don't want to tell them, "Man, get off me."
That ain't. What is this? You know what I mean? It ain't. Well, moving forward, I wouldn't tell somebody like, nah, bruh, like, this ain't it. Not bruh, but you know what I mean? Like, nah.
True Talk TV said, follow-up question. Is this a Netflix and chill or a relationship? I would think that this would be a anything.
Well, for me, it's a marriage. So,
well, of course. Yeah. But if you're someone who's not, you don't necessarily have to wait till marriage. Yeah. And it's just a Netflix and chill. Regardless of what it is, you should still speak up. Like, why would I take my time to be in an act that is not working well for me? I'm going to tell you. What are we doing? Why are we wasting our time?
Hello, sir.
Please insert the song. What are we doing? Like, straight up. Like, no, I'm not going to waste my time. Like, if we're going to do this, let's do it correctly. Like, let's both get what we're going to get out of it.
Yeah, and it goes both ways, because a man can have to tell a woman as well, like, hey, babe, like, like, I don't know how it has to come off. You know what I mean? I don't know what is acceptable from a man to a woman either. Like, how does that communication go? I have now that I can't answer. I have.
That's what I'm curious about.
I really don't know how that goes. Like, fellas, like, how do you tell
a woman that that it ain't hitting right?
That she's not doing something that you like? You just say, do you move her? Do you just tell her? Like, how do you guys tell a woman that she's not, that the thing ain't thinking? You know what I mean? I don't know how y'all say it.
That's that new saying, y'all. That's that new saying. What the thing ain't thinging. That's that new saying right there.
It covers all areas, so I don't have to say a word or two or three.
I love it. The dictionary of Miami, boy. That the thing ain't thinging.
Trish, I say we just don't talk to them no more.
Ooh, that's cold as hell. That's cold. That is cold. Just not at all.
Oh, that's so messed up.
Yeah, that's jacked up. That's jacked up.
Over dinner, Mr. Shannon Williams say, over dinner? So
you gonna tell her over dinner?
Child, I'm sitting here.
I don't know.
Eating this food. What? What?
Mid-bite. I would think
somebody
you
said
just tell
put
them
an
right
arch
there.
Or something.
Put a what?
put an arch in the back or something.
I would think you would just again. Why can't you just tell them right when it's happening? Like,
yeah,
this just, babe, move right here, or show them or guide them into. I don't know.
So YouTube, we have, that's not even a question. No need to lie. Just be honest. There's always room for improvement. And yes, I can handle the truth. I have had problems in the beginning, but it's getting better later on.
Again, and it only will if you speak up.
Yes. Another comment on YouTube. I agree with him. Love making is a marathon, not a sprint. You need communication, growth, development together. Love needs cultivation, consciousness, efforts, attention, and being adaptive. Y'all better speak on...
That was Jason from YouTube.
Y'all better speak on YouTube Live.
Thank you, Jason.
Come on with it.
It is a marathon, honey, not a sprint.
Yes. So when she does something good, you have to give her strong reinforcement and silence when the thing ain't thinking.
Thank you. Thank you, Jason. Thank you. I love it. I love it.
Hey, y'all so dope. I want to say, look, they talking about yes, Jason on IG.
Yes, Jason. They agreeing with you over here.
Shout out to all our fellas who be coming in,
you know,
with the
dropping knowledge.
Yes, and
straight
Jules,
up.
And Jules. He said, and pick up on some same. Is pick up on the cues.
Jason.
Yes.
You speaking tonight, bro.
Sweet said silence is abuse.
CB. Girl.
Silence is abuse. And I have to say the same thing. I am back. I am ready for Black Love says you can't be quiet. Just listen to her body. She'll tell you. Because that's one thing I can say too. In my past life, you know, you hope the guy gets what your body is saying. You know what I mean? And
when you're younger, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. But when you're like a grown adult and you kind of been in this for a minute, at that point, it you know, you should be speaking and saying like, nah, this ain't working or whatever.
True.
Yeah. It is picking up the cues. Rob Lee 007 on IG says, the truth will set each other free.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Some of them said, you hit it with, it's not you, it's me. We should just be friends. That's crazy. Y'all are crazy.
just no effort.
That's
at
like
all.
Putting someone in a corner hoping they will learn the lesson. Ooh, that's good,
you know,
CB.
Thank you.
You gotta tell them how to do the do.
How to do the do, honey.
And like I said, for those who are waiting, baby, this is all we got. We gotta tell somebody to do because we locked in. Oh, I'm all the way telling you in. What to do with the thing. Like I have to tell you, and I want you to tell me too, because we definitely have to get it right. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, they be like, oh, you just don't want to, like, you don't have to test it because you're gonna figure it out.
Yep.
When I get married, we are going to figure it out, babe. Like, I ain't even worry, babe. Like, we gonna get this together, babe. You feel me? I'm telling you, you tell me, and let's go. Next topic.
Ooh, next topic. Okay. I think I know which one you're gonna do next, but go ahead.
What?
Go ahead. This the last. I think it's the last one anyway.
It's too many. It's too many to choose from. I got two I want to talk about. Okay, one. Well, I'm gonna just mention both.
Okay.
Dwayne Wade went viral on Twitter about him talking about his marriage with Gabrielle Union and allowing her to be a true partner with him and not taking a role as she got to do this and she got to do that and she got to do that because she looked at him like, excuse you. She did not accept that from Dwayne Wade. So it was good to see Dwayne Wade, someone of his caliber, someone who is very successful in a lot of areas in business, successful business. You know what I mean? For him to say, no, I had to let Gabrielle be my equal partner and let her, you know, step in when she has to step in. I fall back when I gotta fall. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like he just talked about having equal rights in the marriage when it comes to partnership, I guess.
Yeah, partnership.
And
yeah.
then on the other hand, I wanted to bring up Delicious. Y'all know Delicious from Flavor of Love. She's on a new show on VH1.
Couples Retreat.
Couples Retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And the clip that I seen today, because I got to catch up with the show. The clip that I seen today was she wanted her husband to be more alpha so she can pull back and be less alpha because she feels like she's so alpha in the marriage and her husband is not. And she wants him to just know how to love her in whatever area instead of her just always telling him as an alpha female does.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, I don't know if I have a question, but the question is, when it comes to alpha females, you can have a guy like Dwayne Wade who recognizes that his wife is very, not silent at all, not meek at all. She's probably meek in different areas in the marriage, but overall she isn't. And he allows her to just be that and she's okay with that. Then you have another marriage who is very alpha, but she wants her man to step in so she could pull back and be more submissive and a little bit more meek in the marriage.
And someone had a question about submission, so we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I don't know if I have a question or nothing. I just wanted to kind of like bring it up. What would be the question for me, Shay? Because it's hard because I see myself in both marriages. I see myself as a Gabrielle, wanting my husband to equally accept me as a partner in the marriage and allowing me to speak when I need to speak. You know what I mean?
To be you.
To be me. Right? And accept me for me. And then at the same time, yes, I want my husband to dominate in the marriage too at times and let me fall back and be very meek and mellow and cool and sweet and loving. Well, I'm sweet anyway, but to be very soft and womanly, you know what I mean? And allow him to lead us, I don't know, in certain areas of the marriage. So I'm kind of torn because I'm like both. Like, I think every woman wants a man. You don't want a man who's like a puppy. You know what I mean? Not to say he's a puppy, but at the same time, you don't want a man who's too aggressive too, that he wants you to be a puppy when you know you ain't no puppy at all. I don't know. I don't have a really question. I just wanted to bring it up.
I think so a question can be, fellas, do you prefer a woman who is, I guess, an alpha female, but wishes to allow her man to be the alpha so that she can take a step back and not have to feel like she has to be that strong and be on all the time,
as if he's not even there.
Yeah, basically, because a lot of times that's how we take it. Yeah, we do take it like that. I know I can honestly account for that. I do take it as when if I'm the alpha, if I feel like I'm an alpha female and you're not holding your own, a lot of times we don't take that well when you're not doing, when we feel like you're not doing your part. So we do. I feel like every woman wants that. Every woman wants to have or feel like they have that partner that allows them to be an alpha when they need to be, but understands how to allow her to be submissive. Like, she wants to be submissive and knows how to make her, be okay with being submissive. Yeah. To that particular person. You know what I'm saying? I think that's an important thing.
I think it's just more sexier to know your woman is so rough and tough with her Afro puffs. But then when you come around, she be like, "What's good, babe?" Like, like if I was a man, like I would be like, "Dang," like because I already know how she is. You know what I mean? Just to see her in a different element that a lot of guys just won't see her. And that's my mindset as a woman. Yeah. Like, I want my man to be like, nobody can try her. So when she here and I get to see her like this, ain't nobody seen her like this before. Like, wow.
Like this is what I get.
This is what I get.
Yeah. I bring this out of her. Yeah.
I bring this out of
you. You better.
Girl.
Exactly. I bring that out of her.
I bring this out of her.
Yes.
Ladies, that's how you know when he, and I ain't talking about sex. I have to get married for the sex. You know what I mean? I'm talking about before sex. I'm talking about he brings it out of me and I'm just like, You know what I mean?
All smiles.
All smiles, and that's how it should be. Like, I want
All
smiles, and that's
smiles.
how it should be. Like, I want to rest in peace too. Or what was the thing I said earlier? I want to what it said. I want to settle and find peace so I can be light and bright and puffy for him. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be Angie every day, all day when I have a man by my side. Amen. I'm being Angie and Angela every day because I have myself. I have to be strong for myself every day. When I have a man, like, I'm not trying to be working my behind off every day, 365 for 50 years straight. No, ma'am. And I ain't talking about just work. I'm talking about everything.
Across the board,
from household to my car to life to me telling you I gotta keep dragging you to come to the word, telling you what God's saying for us every time. Yes, I'm your wife, and yes, I'm gonna pray for us, and yes, I'm gonna pray for you, and yes, I'm gonna pray for our direction. But I can't be the pastor of the house. That's what you're supposed to do, babe.
Lead.
And maybe you need a little bit of help in prayer to get you there. I'll do that, but I can't be that for 100 years straight. When are you gonna do it?
And that's basically that was basically Delicious's thing. That was Delicious thing. Like, you know, I love you, and I thought that if I wanted to still be an alpha male, I'd be by myself because I don't need a man to be that. I want to allow myself to be. I want to be submissive. I got married so that I can not have to be that anymore. Yeah, I don't have to be that not anymore, but all the time. It's not required of me because I have someone who's willing to be that for me, that allows me to breathe. Simply breathe a breath of fresh air and say, look, I can just be a wife. I could just be he allows me to just allow me to be that. Live and in not that be
always having to tell you how to treat me too. Like she said, he was like, you just tell me how you want to be loved. And of course, we all want to have somebody to be open enough to say, tell me how you want to be loved, Angela. And of course, I'm gonna tell you, but at some
everything
point,
can't be force fed.
Yeah. At some point, a man has to know without me telling him. At some point. I ain't talking about in the beginning, because in the beginning, absolutely, you have to understand how a woman works and ticks and moves. At some point, I'm going to need you to know how to love me and how to make me come alive.
Only you can.
Like only he can, and nobody else has got that side of Angela. Not one, because if it was, he would be here today, and nobody is here for me to say yes to the dress to, which means they did not bring it out of me. You know what I mean? So my thing is, it's just like, I don't know. Like I said, it was hard for me to talk about this topic or make a question because, again, I see myself in both. I want to be the Gabrielle Union to the Dwayne Wade and tell him sometimes, like, hey, like, this is what we should do. Like, I think this is best for us to do. And I know you brought these to the table. You brought ABC. I think we should do B. He brought A, B, and C, though. But I think we should do B. And he'd be like, you know what? Okay, cool, boo. You know what I mean? Like, because he trusts my judgment that it's coming from above. And respects it, because God didn't create me to just be here.
That just be your arm candy.
Yeah, he created me to be your neck and all of it, whatever it is they want to call it. But he created me with wisdom too. And I'm also like Delicious at the same time. Like, I don't want to be that all the time.
That I want you to come in and say,
yeah, we going this way, but soft though. Don't jack me up, because I'm gonna turn back into who you touching, who you grabbing. And I will fight you.
Yes, you will. Lord have mercy. Okay, I can't, because that face just now. Okay, girl, we're gonna bring up one more thing because I got a Purple Drain earlier. We first started asked the question, so I want to make sure that we answer it.
Let me get some of these comments.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so alpha females can be intimidating for men because it's always about leadership, and yes, the man is the head of the household. So alpha females can be intimidating. I don't know why alpha females are so intimidating, but whatever. Alpha women fall back when they accept you are capable of leading them respectfully, from my experience.
Jason, you hitting, oh my God, you were hitting all the points today. All of the points. Thank you.
And he also added, yes, like a pit bull that is as gentle as can be with their owner.
But when a stranger comes
around,
Jason, you get a medal. You get a medal. You get
you get
member. You get audience member.
Because all pit bulls with their owners are very gentle with their owners.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when the strangers and the danglers, the stranger dangers is around, they turn into real real pit bulls that are not allowed in Dade County, because Dade County can't even allow pit bulls.
Oh, she would.
They're only accepted in Broward County.
Oh.
No, I'm not saying.
Oh, okay. No. I thought you were trying to go there.
I'm just saying. Pit bulls are so dangerous that they're not even allowed in Miami-Dade County.
They're not. That is very true.
But if you have one in Miami-Dade County, if you are the owner of one, they could be very subtle and sweet. Because I had a pit bull myself.
Yes,
I had a Brindle.
And he was so cute.
He got on my nerves at the end, but he was cute. My co-owns, we share custody.
Oh, Lord.
Last comment on YouTube before we move on is some women are so strong and independent, but a man can't lead if she not letting him lead to love the way God instructed us. Again, I get that. But I feel like God instructed us to help you. And all I'm saying is, let me say it. Maybe we don't do the decision. Just let me get it off my chest.
Let me feel like I'm actually your partner, and not one of your children.
Yeah,
that you're informing on what we're going to do.
Let me just get it off my chest and say, okay, this is what I'm thinking, and maybe it may hit true. Maybe it stick with you. Okay, cool. And if not, cool.
Respect that I have just as much say in our life as you do.
Miami sound like you're in the middle of a Grand Canyon with a microphone. I don't know what that means. CB Sweets, that's the beauty in it, Angie. The edge, that drives relationship. Him knowing you can lead when necessary. I like that.
Purple Drain was the one who asked the question in the beginning. Okay. His question was, why does the word submissive sound horrible to women?
Okay, we could get to that. We'll close with that. Marquis on IG, she said, I prefer to be an alpha when needed, but I prefer him to lead. I prefer to be the neck and him be the head. We all have a love language, and it's just just need to cater to what works best for you and your spouse. And I would say works best for you and your spouse in that moment, in those moments, because it can change. You know what I mean? Y'all need a man on this show. A male's perspective will complement what you guys are doing. We get it from y'all right now. But I thank you for that, Zalamar. Robert Lee, I appreciate her to be submissive, respectfully, but her to also have a voice in his rightful moments of time. And that's all I'm saying. King Pharaoh, nothing is ever perfect, not even perfection. You have to find a balance. Everybody's agreeing to this one thing. Hold on before we move on. CB, Delicious husband has a very different background than D Wade. He is one of the Central Park Five, may have some pathology there due to his background. Just saying. But yeah, so she
did say that though. She did say that on the show that she understood that it could just be coming from the fact that he didn't have a normal experience just growing up, period. You know?
For him to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then too, before we move on, it speaks volumes to know that D Wade, this is D Wade, who is a very powerful man business-wise. You know what I mean? He's a co-owner or something right now of a team. Says that he allows his woman to still have her alpha character. Like, that speaks volumes to me. To know I still want to have my traits. And you allow my traits, and you allow me to just be, and you still love me for that. Like, I think that speaks volumes because there's another man in power. He doesn't see it as a weakness. He doesn't let it get to him like that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's just so dope, because when Delicious does have her moments, I know it's freeing to her sometimes to know that her man ain't down her throat telling her to shut up or go be a little trophy wife. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's just good to have that balance. That's all I'm saying. As an alpha female, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for no other type of woman. it's good to have a balance of a D Wade as a husband,
Mm-hmm.
and also a balance of delicious husband.
Okay. All right, so let's address Purple Drain's question, and then we're gonna close out.
I know, because we're over the hour, you guys. We want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight and still sticking with us. I know sometimes we do go to an hour and a half, sometimes we do at an hour, but we got one more before we go, and we thank y'all.
All right, so Purple Drain asked earlier in the show, why does the word submissive sound horrible to women? And I'm gonna let you answer that.
I think submissive sounds horrible to women because it depends on what type of man is saying it. There's some men out here who just like some real 1200, not even 1999. I mean 1200 mindset, as if a lady is supposed to be at home, just naked in the bed, waiting for him to come home. And don't get me wrong,
dinner on the stove.
We do that. But that's not all I'm capable of doing. I didn't come here, secondly, whole and capable to be a walking mat for you. And again, it goes to mindset of men. Now, there's some men who understands that a woman, yes, she's going to be submissive to you if you are worth being submitted to. I'm not going to submit myself to you and give my all to you and get vulnerable with you if you treating me like dog crap. Or if I don't feel like I'm my best version of myself with you. Why would I submit to you? For what? I'm talking about before a marriage. Because if you can't find submission while you're dating, like you can't see yourself submitting to this man while you're dating, baby, it ain't gonna happen in the marriage. So I just feel like the reason why it sounds scary because of how some men define it. And
just because of the connotation that's been around it for ages. It's like submission, just submit. What you mean submit? Women. You know what I'm saying?
Like my pastor said these past few Sundays, men too must submit. Men too, manhood should be mimicked of Jesus. Jesus was the most ultimate submitter. He was the most ultimate definition of a man because he gave and he submitted and he is the ultimate. He sacrificed. So why is it that the men are not copying that, understanding that yes, you are the man. That would not, we cannot take that away from you. No matter how alpha we are, we cannot take away your manhood, but you have to know that. You have to dig deep and know that you are still a man, no matter what. But at the same time, you can't be too man enough to where you can't submit and tell me sometimes, you know what, babe, go ahead and do this because you are strong in this area. I'm gonna let you do that. You know what I mean? Not, you can't do this. Don't do this. Only I could do this because I'm the man. Like, no.
And that's when we take the submission word. It goes left.
It's supposed to go both ways. And again, you can't talk to me without bringing the Bible in. So I have to keep referencing back to Jesus in the Bible. You know what I mean? And the Bible also said that the man should what? And treat his wife like the church and sacrifice. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know.
And think about most women who are in relationships are actually submissive to their partner. Most.
I don't have no problem with submitting to my man. He just got to be worth submitting to. And that's all I'm saying.
The ones you choose to stay with are normally already being submissive.
I'm not finna just give it away easily because it's a gift.
I think it's just the way it's presented. The way the word is presented is how it's taking. But I don't think most women really have a problem with submitting.
We don't have no problem.
It's who we're submitting to. And what we're getting in return for being submitted. Not gonna get a submissive woman just cause. That's not how that works.
So she feel obligated because you're her man and you there, and it could be another one. Like you don't want to do things out of obligation either. I want to do things because you know what? That's my man. He deserves it.
He deserves it.
He deserves for me to do this. Yep. And he deserves for me to do that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You don't want somebody with a gun to their head talking about submit to me because I'm your man. Boy, bye. Because that I can't.
Boy, bye.
I want to do it because I want to do it. Because he deserves it. Because I have it within me to do it. You know what I mean?
Amen.
And again, the reason why, going back to the question, the reason why a lot of women hated, a lot of alphas too of us hated the word submit. Well, not hate it, dislike it a little bit because of the definition of how that man is saying it. A real man can say, I want my woman to be submissive, but I'm gonna be submissive to her too. And that is the sexiest thing ever.
Yes, it is.
So of course he's gonna get submitted to all day and any day, because he understands that he has a role and I have a role, and each moment changes. Maybe I have to be the head for something. I don't know what the head. Maybe the head over the finances. Maybe the head over, what we're gonna eat. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
He
He
can't be the head of the whole thing because that makes him feel macho. That sounds a little. He's lacking in the.
Ooh.
No. He's lacking in self-esteem. Not that. He's lacking in self-esteem.
I got you.
And again, alpha females got to have a well self-esteemed man.
Yes, they do, because they do not take kindly to men who can't understand that about them and also show them that they don't have to be that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, ain't nothing wrong with you. Oh, you the man. You could do that. And if you keep bouncing back to me like, no, babe, I can't, I'm gonna keep drilling into you because you can. You know what I mean? Like that's how I am. So if a man just can't get it, he feels threatened.
It's strength.
Because I can't sit with saying, "Oh yeah, baby, you're right. You can't do that." No, sir.
And as she said, boy, bye. Okay, now
I can't let you fall.
Yeah, at all. Period.
I can't.
Period. Because when you fall, we fall, and we're not gonna allow that to happen. That's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be the support.
We're supposed to be the gas to the car. You the car. I'm here to.
I'm just here to make sure we're right direction. That's all.
Make sure we got the right tires on. Make sure our tires don't get bald headed. Make sure we got our gas. Make sure we get our oil change.
No bald tires, baby.
You know what I mean?
Bald tires.
But you still a car. You still a little wheel. The little whatever it's called, steering wheel. You know what I mean? You still all of that. You still the GPS, but baby, without the right tires, the gas, and the oil change, what we got? Unless we electric car, and then without the electric.
Broken down, honey. We broken down.
You're nothing. You're not even on.
CB Sweet says submission begins mentally. It starts with obedience, following the leader.
And again, you have to be worth submitting to, because you have to be a leader. You have to show leadership. You have to show that you can lead us in a lot of areas. When it comes to emotions coming up, how you take care of my emotions too, and how I take care of yours. How you lead emotions when things are going crazy and I'm going crazy and I'm crying hysterical and life is not treating me right. How you going to lead me through this? How you going to tell me, babe, everything is going to be okay? We're going to get through this. You know what the word said. Like, you have to be a leader. Yeah. And when you become that leader, of course, you get the submission. I think men just be focused so much on submission. They're not focusing on the real work at hand, which is them just completely just being a leader.
Yep.
I think if you guys worry about being a leader and being submitted to us and loving on us the way we want to be loved and loving on us the way you think we should be loved,
you're
going to get that. So stop worrying about the fruit of it and worry about the doggone seed and the tree branch and the leaves. The fruit is going to come. Water the tree. Water the tree.
Water the tree.
Put the sunlight on the tree, baby. The fruit will come. But if you keep putting marbles as sands or whatever, what you need to grow stuff, not sand, soil.
Yeah.
If you put in marbles, you ain't gonna grow nothing.
Amen.
So soil the plants.
Frederick McCoy on IG says women should stop going for the bad guys. Stop looking so far when the good ones are right here. And I will definitely, we agree with that. But I also think that's the kind of women normally that you're dealing with. I mean, you kind of know.
Men still have to make their decisions too.
Yeah, y'all got to make y'all decisions on
choosing
who y'all
the right woman,
choosing the right people to deal with. Because to me, those ones are clear.
Yeah,
you know them when you meet them.
Yeah, and vice versa for us too.
Oh yeah.
But on that note,
we're at this thing, y'all.
Because it's over an hour and 30 minutes.
Y'all been hanging tough, for real.
Because it was a little bit of difficulty in the beginning. So we want to say we appreciate all the comments. You guys are just bringing them in. Yes, women are the help meet. What if a man treats a woman so good but still not willing to give a submissive nod? Appreciate a good man. Again, that's a selection of the woman. you guys have to select the women too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If she's not giving you what you need and you're giving your all, she's not the one for you.
Yeah, because it ain't a one-way street. It's a two-way street. You guys have to pick the right women as well. You know what I mean? You guys have to submit and give your all, like Shay say, to men as well. So,
yeah.
So on that note, CB say, I'm the spark plug. Where you going without me? Huh? Where you going?
Yes.
But we're going to thank y'all every week. Tonight was episode 106. We appreciate y'all. Next Wednesday will be episode 107.
And I think next week, I think we should try something.
What?
I think next week we're going to try to take some calls from y'all next week. If y'all want to ask a question, you're going to have to go live. You're going to have to ask a question. And we're going to try to choose a couple of questions for y'all to ask us. And we're going to, try to put y'all on the screen so that other people can see you as well. So if y'all want to try that next week, we're going to try it. I think we haven't done that yet.
Hopefully it doesn't mess up the audio. But
hopefully not. But we're going to try and see what happens. Because, again, we want y'all to understand that we truly, truly, truly appreciate y'all comments. Yeah. Like the feedback, the interacting with us. We truly, truly appreciate that. We hear y'all. We hope other people who are watching are hearing y'all. And maybe even, considering different options and considering some of the things that y'all are saying. So we would love to try to get y'all actually on the live feed. So next week we are definitely going to try that. If y'all have some questions, make sure throughout the week y'all just thinking about some questions y'all want to ask or some topics y'all want to talk about. We'll try to make it more about y'all topics next week more than ours. Even though we're going to still have our topics now, but we're going to try to make it more about y'all.
We'll try it.
We're going to try
for YouTube, for Twitter, for Facebook, and Twitch. There's going to be a link that we're going to send you in the comment section. And they go at the same time for every platform. You're going to be able to press that link and we'll be able to bring you in.
Yes.
IGTV, you know how this go. I mean, IG Live. We get to have 4 people on the screen at one time.
Yep.
Right? So we will bring you in and we'll try to just get it done. So, no, we'll try to do it a different way.
Yeah.
Soldier Man. But again, to wrap this up, we thank you guys for joining us tonight. We are going to go ahead and sign off.
Yes.
And say good night. So
y'all be safe out here this weekend. For real. Be safe.
Memorial Day weekend, be safe. I know if you're coming down to Miami, be safe because the beach be crazy. They be shooting. They be doing all type of craziness. But yeah. So on that note, good night.
Good night.
Good morning to the podcast in the morning. And good evening to all of our podcasters, all of our YouTubers, Facebookers, IGers, Twitterers, and Twitchers. Amen. We are out. And this was Brains and Beauty.
Time to y'all.
Episode 106. Good night.
Bye.